An amazing evening, an amazing day. Woo! I have some stuff for you. I have some cards for you for the collective. So if you are here, you are in the right place to get a reading one way or the other, because I will be doing at least one, most likely several readings for you. I already pulled some oracle cards in order to do that. And if someone would like an individual reading, we can go over that in a little bit. This is not my normal time for reading. Woo! Oh, I got 2 cards. Yes. Got some interesting stuff here. Some interesting stuff here. Hello, Z. Let's see. I'll invite. Everybody invite. So, hello, everyone. I'm going to start the collective reading now. And let me go ahead and get to number 45. We have time to go as our first oracle card for the group. So I'm going to go ahead and go there. So we have time to go, ending is completion, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or to experience. You are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There's nothing left for you to do, be or experience in the present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you. So this card is all about choosing your higher self, your best choices, your best everything. You don't need to stay in a situation that isn't doing anything for you. You probably know that already, but it may be that you don't see an obvious next step, an obvious next path, and because of this you're like kind of hanging on to it. I wouldn't. I would do something that's in your highest good. Interesting. This is Pisces 46 is our next card. It says, find your personal style, deepen your experience of life through outward expression and of your most innermost self. I really like this card, and one of the things that really stands out to me about this card is it says finding your personal style, your outward expression of your innermost self in order to be aligned. And I recently did that. Well, in the last like 6 months, I got this tattoo, I got new piercings. Some of these are old piercings, but I've changed my outward appearance. I wouldn't say significantly, but enough that anyone who knows me would know, like, oh, those are all new things. And I cannot tell you how much day to day I just feel more myself. I don't have a logical explanation for that. I'm not here looking at my arm all day, but it does make a difference when you just feel like you in your skin. So take that to heart, especially if you are changing your other surroundings as well. It can be a glow up situation. You do a bunch of things different because you're aligning with your own path. And at first it may not feel like it's doing anything. Trust me, it can, even if you don't necessarily expect it at first. Find your personal style. Make your uniqueness visible by tending to your appearance, decor, or artistic medium of choice. Deepen your experience of life through outward expression of your innermost self. It's possible that someone with their sun, moon, or rising is in Pisces, so that may be you, it may be somebody else. Pisces feels best when they can express their inner vision in the visible world. This is because they experience life with great depth, and bringing their visions into form helps them feel more seen, known, and understood, okay? Dwelling in the realm of beauty, image, and symbol also helps them to feel home in the world, like they can dive beyond the surface and live their native deep. How can you embody this Piscean qualities now? Perhaps, for example, you have a lovely wardrobe, but not one that quite supports you in showing up visually as a whole multi-dimensional self. In this case, you could make an art project of changing this. And then it gives examples. This could also be a message about painting, drawing, sculpting, or expressing another form of visual art. What perception, perspective, or emotion within you is yearning to be expressed? This is the be you, do you situation, especially if you're doing a lot to fit in somewhere or to follow a certain lifestyle that's supposed to be correct. If it's not serving you, if you feel like you're being held back by it, that may actually be the case. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm gonna take out some more cards, and while I do that, just keep in mind, if you would like a personal reading here by me, I like to gift first on this channel before I do a reading. I'm looking for a donut seal or the metamorphosis emoji. I would greatly appreciate the metamorphosis one. That's part of a goal I'm doing right now. If you do that, I will do a follow-up question to your first question. I'll make the reading a little bit longer for you since that is a little bit more coins, but onward with our collective message. Knight of Wands in reverse. So I am seeing that your passion in general for something may be a little dampened, whether that's a goal or just self-expression. Again, we saw that with the other card. It was saying to express yourself more. So if you're feeling like you can't fully be passionate about something, you can't fully go in a certain direction, it may be because of expression, maybe not how they were talking in physical expression, but it may be, you know, saying your opinion, discussing your ideas, putting things out there. I'm doing an oracle reading right now for those of you, sorry, a collective reading right now for you, those of you who are on YouTube. So I'm just discussing the oracle cards and talking about feeling like we cannot express ourselves, and Spirit is encouraging just to do more of that. Spirit is also saying with the Magician in reverse that you may not feel like you have all the tools necessary to do that, and there may be a blockage, even if it's just our thoughts, even if it's just, thank you so much, Deanna. Your name is on the list. If you would like to put your question in the chat, I will write it down and start the personal readings. Sorry, my pen is not. There you go. Thank you so much, Deanna. So yeah, so you don't feel like you have all of the tools necessary in order to move forward. That may not be true, and even if it is true, there's always a way to get those things in order to move forward. So if you would like to move forward in whatever goal that you are endeavoring in, look into how to get those tools, not just looking at the lack of having what that is in order to move forward. There is probably a way for you to get them and for you to move towards your goal, even if you can't see what that is right now. And I'm also seeing here in a kind of left turn here, the Lover's card. So there may be a strong connection between you and someone else, even if it's not romance, either or. It could go either way, but there may be a really strong connection that could come in if you would just be more yourself. The reason that it doesn't exist currently is this person may not know the real you. You could see this person all the time, you can have good conversation with them, and you may even feel like a certain pull between you two, but nothing ever happens. It may just be that they don't see the real you. If they saw more of the real you, more of your expression, you never know. Like if you're not expressing yourself fully, how are they going to know who you really are and that they're fully attracted to you, right? If this whole time they kind of had a thing for people with tattoos and you didn't get a tattoo because your mom would be mad, you're not trying to date your mom. Right? Like they may see you do something different and then be like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And then it starts a different type of relationship, a different type of conversation. Will you and this person reconcile? Will they contact you? Okay, let's go ahead and see. That was it for the collective reading for now. I will go back to it if we don't have other personal readings, but I will go ahead and pull some cards for Deanna's question. We have one, well, one kind of fell out. Okay, we're gonna make sure that these actually come out the way I want them to. If you would also like a personal reading, I am looking for either the seal, the donut, or the metamorphosis right now as gifts for a reading. If you do the metamorphosis one, goal that I'm working towards at this time, I will let you do a follow-up question to whatever question you're asking me. I'll make your reading a little bit longer because that one's the one that's a little bit more as well. Okay, I'm trying to get a third card for you, Deanna. There we go. Okay, so will this person contact you again? I feel like they might, but it may not be soon. They're kind of in a pause, and I have 3 cards, and I'll tell you why. 7 of Wands. This is tall poppy syndrome. This is jealousy. This is someone fighting for their spot. There may be someone who's trying to fight for your role, trying to get in the way of things. They see the connection you have, and they think they're gonna do something about that or get in the way. Or there may be some other blockages that are going on, but usually with this card, we're specifically talking about someone being proactive about it. Basically just causing a mess, causing a ruckus in the situation. With the star though, upright, this person is healing. So I feel it healing energy between the two of you, but I'm especially feeling with this other person. They are healing right now. It's a slow process, but they are content where they are. That's why I'm saying that this isn't a reaching out energy, but not for a negative reason. They are doing the work. So if there's some sort of like person who's trying to be distracting, whether through negative stuff or trying to take your spot, they're probably not paying attention to them either. They're probably not dealing with that. They probably are focusing on what the truth actually is and how things actually are at this time. And then I have the 2 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands upright is a card that pretty much just talks about observing a situation and not really acting on your observations at that time. But since it's in reverse, I feel like they're really not trying to even observe right now. They may be in isolation a little bit, but not in a negative way where they're just kind of focused on their healing. So I don't feel like they're gonna contact you right now, but it's not because there's bad blood or negativity. They're just kind of focused on them and their mindset, whatever they have to heal. And that's despite any like otherness that maybe trying to put itself in the situation. Hope that helps, hope that resonates. And hello, I saw a couple of different other questions that we're going through. Please gift before you put your question in. That way it's fair and everyone, you're welcome, Deanna. That way everyone's on the same page. I am looking for the seal kisses, a donut, or the metamorphosis. And if you do the metamorphosis, I can do 2 questions for you. Okay, so Deanna, so if you want to do a follow-up, go ahead. Or I don't know if you did. If just let me know. Sometimes people do put gifts in and don't ask for a reading, so just let me know. Put your thoughts either way in the chat, please. A change in the wind would be the next collective reading, just so you know. It's number 12. Sorry, it's not appearing on both lives. There you go. Number 12. So if number 12, 1, 2, or 3 are important numbers for you, or if zebras are significant to you for some reason, this may be an important message. Okay, I see your question, Deanna, and I'm gonna finish this card and then I'll go back to your question. A change in the wind. A sense that the unseen change has been initiated, preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. It's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change. To want the world to remain consistent like a zebra stripes, yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is a time of transformation as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life is about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. So this is kind of like a soft tower card if you're familiar with the traditional tarot. So things are changing. There may be unexpected, or you may be aware of some of the things that are a little bit more transitionary in your life right now. Go with it. Go with it. It may not be what you wanted, it may not be what you expected, but it may be what you needed, or you may just learn something from it. So don't be too freaked out when this comes about, especially if you kind of had a warning that something weird was going on in a certain area of your life, because then you're just learning what you kind of already knew, that yes, you were correct, your gut was correct, something is happening, but it doesn't need to mean that like the world is ending, the walls are falling down. It just means that there's something different going on. So I'm going to go on to Deanna's next question. What is the energy between me and this other person? Do they have feelings for you? Okay. And if you would also like your individual reading, again, feel free to gift. If you do the Metamorphosis card, gift, I will do a little bit more for that reading, let you do a follow-up question, etc. And thank you, everyone who is sending hearts. I do appreciate it. Whew. Okay, we have 3 cards. I'm feeling like a group energy. Like, are you all in the same social group? The reason I say that is because I have the 6 of Swords in reverse. So the 6 of Swords upright is about leaving something that we wanted to work out, but having to let it go. Because this is in reverse, there may be someone who thinks that the connection is kind of like they may want to let go of it, but they aren't leaving either. So mixed signals, like being unsure, that kind of thing. And then with the 4 of Cups in reverse, there may have been a rejection on either side. Someone told somebody else no, but they're reconsidering. So again, a lot of back and forth here, a lot of unsure energy. And I'm getting the 5 of Wands also in reverse. So there may have been some bickering. I don't feel like between you and this person, this is why I asked if you guys are in the same social group, okay? Because there may be some sort of like, no, they're paying attention to me, no, they're paying attention to me type energy. I feel like that's like pittering out. It may be clear where this person's attention is, and their attention may be more on you. But I do also just like want to put a little asterisk that it may be a little messy. So they may be more interested in you, but it's up to you if you want to deal with like kind of the messy energy of like there may have been attention in different places recently in the group. Which you probably already know about, but that doesn't mean that they're not more focused on you. It just means that like that energy is going to probably be there, right? Like somebody else is probably going to have hurt feelings and things like that. So yeah, hope that resonated. It's not romantic. I think there may be like a romantic interest. Otherwise people probably wouldn't be bickering about it, you know. But my little asterisk there is less about like, are they interested in you romantically? I think they are, and it's more about just kind of like what that other stuff is in the group. Like, do you want to deal with that? Because it's, I don't know, at least for me, I would feel weird like in the group even knowing someone had an interest in me, and then there's like this third party who was like, well, he was talking to me and no. Like for me personally, I wouldn't want to deal with that. Obviously it happens in its life and people move forward. But it's more of like a personal preference. And thank you so much everyone who is sending hearts. Yeah, and just because, sorry, I'm gonna sound a little bit like a broken record because people are coming through. If you haven't, if you are thinking about wanting a personal reading, I do see other people's questions. You do need to gift first. So a seal, a donut, or the Metamorphosis, which is the butterfly gift in the little selections. That is my goal right now. So if you do the butterfly, then we'll spend a little bit more time together on your message, have a little bit more of a back and forth. Otherwise, I will do the collective reading. So we have number 20. So a change in the wind. We had that kind of soft tower card where there's a change happening. It may be a little uncomfortable, but you kind of know what's going on already. We have 20 Venus. Sweetness and sensuality are of the essence. Open your heart to deep romantic love and a profound beauty. Okay, so you may have love coming in during this change that you're not expecting. It may be because of the change itself. You may be making a big change because of the thing that's going on. They may see, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Deanna. Such a cute little butterfly. I really appreciate that. Again, go ahead and put more messages in the chat. I'm just going to read this card while you do that. What was I gonna say? Yes, it may be because of what's going on directly, or it may not. It could be just that they see another side of you as you go through this change that's happening in your life. Or it could be completely separate. You're going through this stuff, they don't even know about it, and then this new person comes in. So let's read this card and then we can get more tarot cards on this description. Okay, sweetness and sensuality are of the essence. Open your heart to deep romantic love and profound beauty. These qualities will heal you, enliven you, and sensitize you to the magic of life. Venus is the planet of romantic love and relationships and the goddess of beauty and aesthetic harmony. She's here to remind you that these blessings are vital to who you are. Mindfully adorn yourself, take loving care of your body, and otherwise burnish the liquid gold light of your own inherent beauty. Do this as a devotional practice. Venus's gift of radiant splendor is a spiritual quality that lives within you. So bless the world now by celebrating that splendor and allowing it to shine. Opening your heart to romantic love takes courage. It can feel painful and scary because it places you in a vulnerable place. Will your love be returned? And if it is, then there is still more to worry about. Will your beloved be safe? Will they be happy? Will they trust the depth and constancy of your love? And will their love prove to be as deep and as constant as yours? There are no guarantees, and yet Venus reminds us that it is only this open-hearted vulnerability that allows us to live our lives fully with passion, connection, and joy. There are many physical world practices that you can employ to honor Venus and align with her gifts. For example, you could put on heartfelt music and dance. You can get yourself roses or diffuse a flowery essential oil, or could light sweet smelling incense. If any of the above suggestions stood out to you, take note. This is your inner knowing. Okay, so this is about showing yourself. Hello. Okay, I saw your questions, Deanna. So this is about showing yourself like a deep personal love and being serious about that. Show yourself that beauty. Show yourself that love. Be kind to yourself, because you will put that out there. And this could be in a way to go with everything else. If you're having a transition time and then you start taking care of yourself, you start treating yourself with extra kindness, extra self-love, extra care, doing these self-love rituals and all of those things, people can pick up on that. You may seem more peaceful during the transition than they've seen you at other times. They were like, when nothing was happening, you were in anxiety all over the place, and now this stuff is happening and you're like chill and you're just hanging out, which is great, but like, why did that happen that way? So you can, because of this, even though they may not know what's going on, or they may not have all the details, or they may not see how you really feel, exude a type of energy that still attracts others even though you're going through something else. So do that. Those bath bombs are self-care. Okay. Okay, Dana, let's get some more cards, and we can get an oracle card too, to see what is going on in this connection. That card doesn't count because it just fell out. Let's get shuffling right now. This one also fell out. One second. We don't take out the fallen out cards. I want some dramatic card happening here. We have 30 Aquarius. I'm not sure if he or you are Aquarius, but that's okay. You do not have to match the sign. It's more of the energy. Extricate yourself from petty arguments or social struggles for dominance. See the big picture. Just letting you know that it really says that. I'm going to pull out some more tarot cards real quick. We'll read Aquarius 2 for your guys' connection. Or sorry, we'll read, that for your connection, and we'll also get some tarot cards out. We have the 5 of Coins that came out. One moment. Come on, Spirit. Don't be that way. We have the Knight of Swords, King of Swords, actually, sorry, in reverse. Oh, now they don't want to come out. Don't be shy. I'll pull out more if they don't come out right now. Yeah, let me read these cards to start off, and then we'll move on from here. And I'll start off with 30 Aquarius. Okay, find your glamorous insouciance. Sorry, I've never seen this word in my life. INSOUCIANCE. Find your glamorous insouciance and offbeat sense of humor. Extricate yourself from petty arguments or social struggles for dominance. See the bigger picture. Also consider this: when you seem to be ensnared in some sort of human battle for power, status, or respect, it's natural to want to prevail over your opponent and win. But sometimes the best way to win is not to lower yourself to the level of your rival, but rather to distance yourself from drama and rise above the fray. This card counsels clear, honest, and thorough communication in the case of a conflict or negotiation in any and every way possible. Seek to ensure that all parties feel heard and make sure that you've completely and meticulously stated your own opinion and point of view. Do your best to collaborate with others in order to find an outcome that is beneficial for all. Ask yourself, am I being true to my word in this situation? Are my actions in alignment with my highest ideals? This Aquarius is about integrity and truth. Also ask yourself, is there some new avenue or perspective I might benefit from exploring? The visionary of Aquarius motivates us to seek out new ways of thinking, working, and perceiving. How can you expand your repertoire and areas of expertise in ways that will benefit you and in ways that will benefit the world? So, no, I don't want that there. Sorry. Someone was trying to co-host. This is not the moment. So what I'm getting from this is a little bit more of what I was saying before. Spirit is saying that there is some situation with another person, and to be very careful with moving forward, having a conversation with them about what specifically is going on. If you do start to move forward, if you start seeing this person more seriously, if someone asks for like a date and things like that, it doesn't have to be an interrogation right from the get-go, but making sure that it's clear that we're not entangling ourselves more in the drama, that there's like a clear path with the two of you and you're moving for it together. And also the card is kind of warning about like doing things for the wrong reasons. If there was an interest to start off with and then it started to become more of a competition, just a general thing, sometimes we get caught up in the competition itself, right? We were there first, or this person started talking to me and now you're interested, all this kind of thing. It just wants to make sure that you are clear. Spirit is saying in this card that like we didn't get carried away with that. That may have happened. Let's make sure that that happened because there was just another person there and not because we got caught up in the competition of the trying to get the relationship, right? Because you don't want a relationship that's a prize and then you forgot halfway through that like now you have to be with this person and like we may not mesh. Five of Coins, there's some sort of situation, maybe not with money, sometimes this has to do with finances, but I'm getting some like foundational thing that may be weak here, and maybe because there was too much focus of the back and forth or that kind of dynamic. That's kind of like making things weird. Again, let's move away. As long as we're conscious of it and we kind of acknowledge like, oh, we kind of had to deal with this mess, that can make all the difference. It's just like acknowledging that that weirdness was there and moving forward from there instead of trying to act like that never happened. Also the King of Swords in reverse. There may not be a full honesty in what's going on right now. Again, we want to make sure that when we move forward in that relationship, that all the things are on the table. We've talked about things. We don't want to end up talking about like how the relationship started like 3 months into the relationship, right? Because then it like makes things weird. It causes unnecessary friction. Liana, from you, before I pull a couple of cards, is there any way you would like me to kind of like pivot in your question since you gave the metamorphosis gift? And I can wait a second while you write something. If anyone is not enjoying this reading, you definitely do not have to continue being here. Just letting you know. Confirm. Sorry, it's okay. So that person should not be able to keep rolling their eyes at me right now. But Deanna, do you have anything else? Okay. Let me know if you want like a couple more cards or anything. I can pull a couple more out for you. Just let me know. How long? Oh, actually, yeah. Let me know because we are getting close to my time and time just flew by in this reading. Didn't even realize that. Yes. And in the meantime, we have a couple of more minutes. I'll just pull like 2 more cards for this collective reading of the change in self-care and sending out more positive vibes and self-care because of the self-care that may change someone's view of you and possibly lead it to a new relationship. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Okay, cool. I will read these couple of tarot cards for the collective, and then I'll finish up your reading, and then we can go after that. So I have 3 cards for the collective. One is the Fool. So I'm getting that this transition, again, though it's a little messy, may end up being the start of a whole new trajectory of your life. You may be moving into a whole new journey because of it. The Fool is about a new journey. The Ace of Coins, some new idea. So if you were feeling that like this transition kind of made it spoiled something for you, it made something a path you no longer wanted to take, you no longer wanted to go down that road, you'll probably be inspired, maybe be one of these like bubbly bath, champagne, taking care of ourselves moment to do something completely new. So really, like, you may be having the most unexpected transformational time just by like having this weird transition that you didn't want. And I am seeing the last thing that is a warning. There may be something, some part of your old life, some part of the transition, because it's not a full tower moment. This is from an oracle card. This is more like a softer version of that. You may have something that starts to try to pull you back after you start moving on, after you start like talking to this person who's your love interest. If you know they're toxic, if you know they're bad juju, or if you just know even that person's okay, that they come with the attachment to like the old ways that weren't serving you, we gotta let them go, or at the very least, we can't deal with them in the same way because they weren't serving you, and that's why that whole separation situation happened. So I hope that resonated with you guys. And if you would like to see me again, obviously I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok, and I do these lives. I've been doing them daily. So I'm gonna go back and pull a couple more cards for Diana, and feel free to stay and watch it if you would like, see if it resonates with you as well. And then I'll be on my merry little way. I'll have to see you on another time. So we have the King of Coins in reverse. Oh, I do not think you were imagining it, and I'm not even going to pull any more cards because I got the 10 of Cups. So I don't know how familiar you are with the tarot deck, but the 10 of Cups, all the 10s are like an ending to a cycle, and the 10 of Cups is an emotional end, but it's extremely positive. It's basically a happily ever after. You can see like the little Mer family over here. It typically ends with the image of a family. So I would say that you definitely did not. This person has feelings for you. I'm seeing it the King of Coins in reverse. There may be some foundational things that are an issue, but that doesn't mean the feelings aren't real. That just means that there's something that could use some work, that could be something to fix. And again, I do feel like that has to do with like the group dynamics, something with how people started talking to each other, communication overlap, things like that. But I don't think you imagined anything or like made it extra. I think that I'm getting the message that that's real. Oh, is that all the messages? Sorry. I'm getting notifications and it's not loading everything in real time. Okay. Well, thank you so much, everyone. That's the time. I appreciate all the hearts, all the gifts, all the love. I hope you enjoyed your time here. Again, I am also on YouTube if you want to see long form content or you just prefer it over there. I have my Zodiac shorts for the month already out, and I will see you next time in the Empress's Court. Bye. Look at that.